everybody. Sorry right away for this camera angle. I'm driving and I tried to brace the camera the other direction last time and it was just really hard. I had to keep reaching over and holding it and that's just not safe in my opinion. So we're gonna have to deal with it just this one time driving. So I'm very, very sorry about that. But I wanted to come on here quick and say thank you all for, supporting me. I was overwhelmed by how many people were kind immediately to me coming back to my channel and everything right away, and I can't explain to you how much just the support and the love and the kindness means to me. It's something that was a great escape for me and just helped me immensely with my PTSD and my lifestyle. So thank you all for being so kind. And I wanted to give a quick PTSD update while I'm driving. Driving to the doctor this morning, so here's a little update I'm going to give. I had a very hard time in the beginning when I first was diagnosed with PTSD. I had a really bad event happen, and I realized about a year that went by until I was officially diagnosed a year after the event, and I did not want to believe it. I was shocked and thrown off by it and just was not happy to hear it, of course, and would have rather heard anything in the entire world. So I didn't want to believe that that's what the case was, that I was going to have this uncomplicated PTSD and I was going to have issues that I had to really deal with. I thought it was just that I was sad or depressed or down, and that was all it was. So anyways, I came to realize that the diagnosis was extremely right, and I would relive these flashes so vividly that there would be times I would believe I was back in that instance, and I would be hiding underneath the desk at work or at home under the table because I thought that somebody was going to hurt me. And it was such a drastic, life-changing and humiliating moment for me that I chose to feel shame from it and to be silent about what I was going through. And I've realized that it's hard enough to go through a bad event one time in your life, just to deal with it in that moment and be hurt from it and have that memory from it. But it's so much worse to daily relive that moment for years and to feel like you're back there and you're in that moment again and you're reliving it in such a vivid flash where you can feel every painful touch again, and you can hear every awful word and smell the smells, and it's vivid. And it just feels like you're back there every single day. And at first I was ashamed of that and ashamed of what I was going through and feeling. And then I realized it makes me so much stronger that I can live through it, 365 times a year, rather than just the one time and having trouble dealing with the one time and coping with one time, because I'm dealing with it and living through it every single day. And it was really hard for me to come to terms with that. But for anyone out there who is dealing with this personally, anyone out there who has PTSD or has anything, anxiety, any issues, just know that you shouldn't feel ashamed or like you're less because of it. I had a really hard time coming to terms with the fact that I was never going to not live with this on a daily basis. That, a car door could slam and I could be right back in the worst place in my life, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And I didn't want to deal with that, and I didn't want to cope with that. And I realize now that it's made me so much stronger, but so much more understanding as a person, because I know what it's like to deal with something awful every day, and what it's like to have people judge you because they don't know what you're going through in your own head. And I feel like anybody going through depression or anxiety or PTSD or any issue where they feel like that makes them weak should listen to this. I know it's a jumbled mess and it's not the most put together video, but I just want people to know that there's hope, because you're so much stronger, and by showing people you can get through day by day, you can live each day happily, not even happily, but you of or to keep away from others, you should feel that that's something to tell people about, because that means you are so capable of changing so many people's lives just by letting them feel empowered by the fact that they can get through it, they can move on, they can make a difference day by day, because they are getting up and they are waking up and they are living through this awful event over and over, and it's okay. Or they're feeling depressed every day and they're still going to work and they're still getting up and they're still taking care of their kids or their families or whatever it may be. It's so important to realize it takes so much more strength to get up and to live through these hard and awful events. It's so much easier to just lay down and give up. And the fact that even though maybe you have the issue of being depressed or having PTSD or anything else, you are still getting up and doing it, which means you're twice as strong as somebody who doesn't have to deal with that. So feel proud of yourself and feel proud of what you have going on with your life mentally, because you're getting through it. You're setting an example for so many others who need that. I feel like you should be proud of yourselves. I'm going to go way more in depth on this in another video because I just didn't have a lot of time now. But I wanted to check in and really just give a little update and speak my mind a little bit. So I'm sorry again about how this video is, and I will get back to everybody soon and give a more in-depth story on all of this. But I hope you all have a good day, and I hope this wasn't just a jumbled mess that meant nothing to anybody, and I hope it helps make somewhat of a difference. Just remember that it might seem like things are pretty hopeless or like none of this matters, but in the end it means so much that you're just waking up and you're still living your life despite how hard it is when you're depressed or have PTSD or are sad or whatever else you may be going through. So know that I'm proud of you and I love you and I'm here for you, and that just by saying to people, hey look, I'm depressed and I got up today, I have PTSD and I got up today and I still lived my life, you're going to change a lot of people's lives for the better. You're going to be a hero to so many that you don't even know about. I love you guys. Stay strong.